man? What is up? What is up? You already know who the fuck it is. Man, you know who it ain't, man. What's going on? What's going on? Another day. It was a little hot today, man. I gotta hit y'all niggas again. You already know what the fuck it is. Man, shout out to everybody out there. If you if you have the core plantation, you better get there if you ain't there. You better get your ass there unless you gotta hustle. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get in a lot of shit today, and this is gonna be quick and fast. Cause I'm so tired of everybody waiting till a nigga die. Then niggas wanna do GoFundMe and shit. R.I.P. to AJ Johnson, but goddamn, man. It's called a life insurance policy, and everybody needs to go look at it. If you got insurance on your car and on your motherfucking cell phone, you need to have insurance on your life. But then again, most motherfuckers don't give a fuck because they dead anyway, so they don't care. Oh well, they ain't shit I gotta deal with. But man, we gotta do better than that, man. As far as financial literacy, so I'm gonna get on that real quick. We're gonna talk about a lot of good shit, man. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that trooper, Jacob Brown, who was beating the shit out of Aaron Bowman. Just beating the shit out of him with a damn flashlight. So we gonna get on that shit, man. That's why the title is excessive racism. Motherfucker want to talk about excessive force, excessive racism. You wouldn't have done no white dude like that. You better go watch Cops. Man, I didn't watch Cop episode. That's why they took Cops off TV. I didn't see white dudes be like, fuck you, dude, and wrestle the goddamn police officer down. And then when the police officer get him, they just arrest him. They don't beat the shit out of him or nothing. A nigga can't even be like, fuck you. Bang, you're dead. Ask Walter Scott. That's all these motherfuckers, man. So you already know what it is, man. And you know what it ain't. Let's get into it. I got some audio, I think, too. So we gonna get into that shit today. Oh, and again, shout out to all you begging ass niggas, too. And I'm just gonna say it one more time. For all you niggas that ain't at no corporate plantation, that don't got no hustle, but know everybody else's business, but can't figure out what the fuck your business is, stay the fuck away from me. All right, man. Man, shout out to everybody out there, man. We about to get into it, man. This dude, his name is Jacob Brown, out of Louisiana, former state police trooper. You know what I'm saying? This is what these motherfuckers do, man. They beat the fuck out of you. You know, why? It's so funny. While we are being attacked by every side, every other racial group, we don't want to have intrinsic value in who we are. Shout out to No Compromise, Philly, Shining the Building, Stand Up, Erica. You already know what it is, man. I love it that y'all watch it. Watch it after, man, because I feel like it makes more sense. But look, we are at war on all fronts. We have no allies, as Dr. Claude Anderson talks about. And the thing about it is that I think we need to understand is, you know, we're losing a lot of people. A lot of black folk that's in their 50s and 60s, they getting up out of here. A lot of it is health. A lot of it is stress. A lot of it is, it's a lot of shit. And the thing about it is while we're sitting up here fighting each other a lot of the times, you have the race soldiers that will at every corner beat the fuck out of you. I mean, this officer, Jacob Brown, was just literally going upside his head with a flashlight. If you ever had a mag light before, you know how heavy and how hard those things are. Them things hurt. And he's beating him upside the head with it. And he did it because he could. Somebody already had him with his arms behind his back and had him subdued, but you still want to jump on him and beat the fuck out of him. So that's what I'm saying. We already are dealing with that. So when we're dealing with that, you know, my question is to a lot of people is, you know, oh, go get therapy. Nigga, you know, when a motherfucker say go get therapy, right? This is what I say. Go get therapy? All right. Ask Una Judge. Ask Una Judge's peoples if she had time to go get therapy. While George Washington and Martha Washington was going oops upside her head. Now, this book was being nice because they really didn't tell how George Washington and them were. They were slave owners. They tried to act like what they was doing for her was good. Go get this book. Never Caught. Very, very good book. Very good book. And the thing that trips me out about a lot of people is, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with therapy and all this other shit, but y'all need to understand, man, the dominant white society gonna use that therapy against y'all asses. That's why they're trying to say Dylan Roof, oh, he needed therapy. He was crazy. So don't just go along with those narratives about, oh, how you healing and all this. Man, stop it. Black people, let me tell you how black people can heal. Reparations and give us the goddamn money that is owed to us. So all this kumbaya and healing, man, I don't want to hear nothing. It's easy for a nigga to say they healing when they got a little bit of money. And when you working for the white folk and they treating you nice, then it's about healing. But nigga, 90% of the nation's wealth is held in the hands of the dominant white society. So I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. And the average black family, as I said on the previous podcast, can't afford no $500,000 crib. I'm talking about the average black family. The average, no, the family, the black family that is doing particularly well for themselves, if they want to send their kids to college so they can get them a good job, nigga, they can't even afford no $500,000 house. But if you go to these $500,000 houses, you see a whole lot of white people, I tell you that. So while motherfuckers is talking about get your therapy and all this other shit, I remind you, these people back in the day, the 18 and 1700s, they ain't time to, let me go see it there. Hold on. Before we escape slavery, let me go run up the street and sit down and talk to a therapist because I'm stressed and I can't do it. Stop. This is some shit they gave you. I guarantee you, if the dominant society wouldn't talk about therapy, niggas wouldn't be talking about that shit. Niggas always talking about what they talking about. But then when it comes to reparations, niggas don't want to talk about that shit. When it comes to Joe 94 crime bill Biden doing a hate crime bill for the Asians, motherfuckers don't want to talk about how wrong that was. He gave y'all Juneteenth. Oh, my bad, Juneteenth. Motherfuckers don't want to talk about that, but motherfuckers talk about therapy all day long and want niggas to be docile and rock yourselves to sleep. No, my question is, shout out to my Haitian brothers and sisters too. You see what they doing? They opening up the goddamn floodgates, except the motherfucking Haitians. Now, Mexicans, everybody else, y'all can come over here all day long. Hey, hold on. Stop by saying, get your ass up out of here. Ain't no mabule. Get the fuck up out of here. That's how they feel. So that should tell you. Well, then the gates are not open for everyone. It's for selective people. Everybody else, they like, all right, we're going to put you on the plane, send you to Guantanamo Bay. Didn't Barack Obama say they closed that shit, by the way? Oh, my bad. Stop. Y'all motherfuckers better wake the fuck up and understand what the fuck is going on, man. This is an orchestrated attack on black folk at all fronts, politically, religiously, economically, every way they can come about it. So while you got the race soldiers beating you upside the head all goddamn day with mag lights, right? And there ain't nobody knowing about that. Then you got the alphabet community coming over here talking about they want their civil rights because they going through the same shit that black people going through. And then you got all the other racial groups like, well, hey, what about an Asian hate crime? What about a Latino hate crime? Now you got all that shit, right? And then we are so uneducated about financial literacy and about what we're supposed to do in transition when we join the ancestors. It's so many people transition and we having to do all these GoFundMes. I've been talking about this shit for the last, I don't know how many years. Why is it every time somebody passes away, we got to go do a GoFundMe, a barbecue? GoFundMes ain't nothing but barbecues and car washes for Lil Kiki and Lil Day Day and them. And no diss to AJ Johnson, RIP to him. But I'm just saying, man, like sometimes, man, I think we're living for today and we're not worried about tomorrow. And what happens is when tomorrow comes and you got all these kids, you done left them on this earth. Cause I experienced it. I ain't got to be bothered with it. And then that generational shit is passed down from generation to generation. Well, my mom ain't leave me shit, so I ain't gonna leave nothing. And then the next thing you know, now you ain't trying to look. I go find 100,000 black folk, and out of 100,000, 90,000 of them got iPhones, and out of 90,000, I would say 89,000 of them got insurance on their iPhone. Because if it break, they gonna get a new one. But if you ask the average motherfucker, hey man, you got life insurance? Motherfuckers be looking like life insurance. Shit, I'm dead. I don't give a fuck. That's generational wealth that you could pass down. But because we're not taught to think about the generations that's coming behind us, we're only taught to think about you. And that's where a lot of the problems come from too. That's why it's attack on all fronts. Like I've said before, in economics at my high school, I could never say they didn't teach me about the stock because they did teach me. I just wasn't paying attention. That's because I wasn't socialized to learn about stock. I was socialized, go to school, get you a good job, and go to church and read your Bible and pray every day. And if you pay your tithes, you're going to go to heaven. That's how I was taught. And I hate to say that shit, but that's how a lot of black folks was taught. You know, you're going to live good in the afterlife, man. Fuck all that. Shit. Nigga, I want to know what the fuck I'm facing and what's going on. And I feel like a lot of the times we will self-destruct because we don't know which way is up. That's why I always talk about how, hey, man, if you're around people that know everybody else's business, but they don't have no land of their own, you know, you got to get away from them. Don't talk to them about what they need to be doing. Let them figure it out on their own. You just keep on your lane and figure out what you need to be doing. Because at the end of the spectrum, it's about what your lane was and how you completed it. You can't worry about nobody else at all. And that's why I feel like as a people, we have been taught to be individuals first and then teammates second. And I get that because you got to pay your bills and all. And I get all that. We understand. We know. But besides paying your bills, you still got to each one teach 21. And here, I'm going to play some audio real quick of this race soldier beating the fuck out of Aaron Bowman. Now, hopefully, Aaron Bowman, they had him on the news, and he was kind of, sad and crying, and I felt bad, but I felt like his family member, they should be angry. And if more race soldiers were disciplined, and I'm not just talking about in the court of law, like, nigga, oh, you want to be beating the shit out of somebody? Put that nigga's address on the internet. Matter of fact, his cousin work here, woo work here. I guarantee you, more cops' families will be like, hey, man, don't be out here acting no fool, because I don't want these motherfuckers showing up at my house and fucking with my children and fucking with us because of what the fuck you did. So here, let me play some of the audio right now.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay. Lord.
The fact that the state police have taken the unprecedented step of reviewing 2 years worth of body cam footage from troopers assigned to Troop F in northern Louisiana is an indication that the leadership believes that there is a problem.
This man was delirious. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. Y'all should go look this up. This motherfucker's face was all bashed in.
If you're looking at the body cam footage of up to a dozen troopers over a 2-year period of time, that's thousands of hours worth of video that have to be reviewed.
Stop making excuses, prosecutor. See, motherfuckers be making excuses. Well, stop. Then make the footage live where any of us can view it at any time. As long as you're 18, you can be able to view it. So then you will face a real jury of your peers, not this internal investigation. Basically, white people investigating white people. That's just how it is at the court plantation. Motherfucker call you a nigga. All they gonna do is ask a whole bunch of people, did you hear? Did you hear? Then all of a sudden, it's gonna be your word against theirs. And guess what? If they are a manager or director or VP or whatever the fuck it is, it means nothing. So basically, they could just get away with murder. Straight up. Just like Emmett Till's killer. Hey, he whistled at me. Oh, you did, nigga? Well, let's fuck this motherfucker up. So they fucked him up, and then this bitch is still around years later. Talking about, oh, my bad, he really didn't do that. Man, get the fuck out of here.
And that, to me, suggests that, the leadership within the state police believes that there are problems that go beyond just 2 or 3 examples.
And he was already on the ground. They showing this dude's already on the ground. He's tasing him. This is what goes on. This is what they do.
Get over if you don't relax. You understand me? Hey! Get back in your house!
This is how these race soldiers act.
As I got a chance, I rolled over to my side with my arm in the air. He said, "Did I tell you to stay there?" I said, "I'm down." He started whacking me with the flashlight.
How do they share this information and convey to the public that the state police are being proactive now in trying to determine?
That's niggas. That's white splaining. You bullshit. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. That's enough. That's all we need to hear. Them motherfucking white splaining and shit. Fuck out of here, nigga. Oh, well, we took a, they're taking a great stop. Stop it. We need to understand what the fuck is going on. And once you understand it, you will have a better understanding of where you need to go and understanding that we got to stop fighting each other. We got to be on page and be on code. And we have to understand, too, that these motherfuckers, they get a joy out of kicking our ass every chance they get. That's why you don't have time to be fighting each other, which means niggas got to stop being. I was watching that dude from Hollywood Unlocked, and he was saying some real shit, man. That girl Karen Civil, if that bitch was taking money from everybody, you should be discarded. You shouldn't even be in our community. Do you know how hard it is for niggas to get $60,000 and $17,000 and $20,000? You around here robbing people? I don't understand this shit. But we should have known it when the bitch was standing next to Hillary Clinton, the biggest thief in captivity. And this is the thing I don't understand about black folk. Why don't you go do that in other racial groups? Go rob other racial groups. Don't go rob us. And then it's so funny. We can be friends with somebody. I don't care. I'll be friends with somebody all that. But if you out there robbing people, man, and you out here just straight taking people's bread and flipping and acting like you not doing the shit, and you just you're predatorial in your thinking, as that, if that's my friend, I need to have a conversation with that person off the air, off camera, and a real one. Like, look, man, you bringing a lot of heat to you and whoever else is around you. And motherfuckers need to stop doing this in the name of, the black community. You're not helping the black community robbing each other, man. When I seen that interview, and I remember Cameron had a motherfucking Instagram post where he was talking. Matter of fact, it was a live where he was talking about her and how she robbed his homeboy, and she was like, everybody was just kind of like mad at him about it. It was like, man, sometimes I gotta look. What do niggas gain by talking about a nigga robbing and like? But I don't understand our mentality. Why don't you go rob another racial group? Don't rob us. I've always had that mentality, like, man, don't do that to your own. Go do that to them. Like, don't do that to your own. You just robbing your own group and thinking that you getting over. Stop. Some of these motherfuckers, man, they don't get it. That's why I just always kind of be like, okay, all right, well, what did you get at the end? Power? What you trying to get? A little bit of money? They ain't getting no real money robbing niggas. First of all, we ain't got no money. As a group, we don't got no real wealth. There ain't no real wealth. You can name all the black billionaires: Michael Jordan, Oprah, Floyd Mayweather, Robert Smith, and Bob Johnson. That's about 5 fucking good black billionaires. You know how many white billionaires you can name? Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, what's his name? Elon Musk. What's the other motherfucking name? Aaron Palmer. No, not Aaron Palmer. The Steve Palmer, the dude that owned the Clippers. All the NBA owners, all the NFL owners. Need I say more? Need I say more? All the MLB owners, all the hockey owners, most likely. Stop. But motherfuckers sitting around here talking about, man, we getting money. No, nigga. And even if we are getting money, that don't mean you rob your brother and sister. So that's Sister Karen Silver. If that bitch was really doing that shit, that's ain't shit bitch right there. That is what I call a person that needs to be discarded from the community. Like, you can't be doing that shit, man. You had Joyner Lucas coming out saying you robbed him. Then he was like, you didn't think I was gonna pop. It's like, what are you doing? And it's not about being her friend. It's about, if y'all her friend, pull that bitch to the side and be like, man, what is you doing? That's the thing. We don't have no governor, because a lot of the times motherfuckers be going for the gusto with each other, and then when it comes to other racial groups, you treat them like gold. Stop doing that shit, man. Why these motherfucking race soldiers out here going oops upside niggas' heads, just like I talking about. I mean, this officer, just go look him up. Go look the motherfucker up. Jacob Brown, white motherfucker, was beating the shit out of that nigga. And motherfuckers want to sit around here and be arguing and fighting about who got the best Balenciaga on and Gucci on and all the other shit. And all we doing is looking at these niggas, and a lot of people, look, half these people that's out here front, they ain't even got life insurance. Period. They die and they leaving the bill on the next motherfucker to bury him. And it was sad, man, because I was watching AJ Johnson's if I think that was his wife, I just felt bad, man, because, and then it's the fake love. If you don't fuck with people, stop jumping on these, in my personal opinion, social medias, and I don't believe in that. That's why you'll never see me really, really, really be like, RIP to this person, RIP. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Not if, if you don't deal with those people in an everyday fashion, don't wait till they dead. Now you feeling bad. Well, then you weren't feeling too bad when they was alive because you didn't have that type of relationship. Like I said, I learned that shit when my mom was dying. My mom was dying. I was like, man, you see who the real motherfuckers was around, because a lot of people just, fuck it, I have to be around because, you know, she treated me good. So let me pretend like I want to be around. But for the most part, them motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Like I said before, y'all heard me say it. I ain't heard from me, or maybe my siblings have, but I ain't heard from their motherfucker that was over here eating up everything that I paid for. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't believe in none of that bullshit. She's nice about it. Really, what I would have done was I would have had a private service with his family and friends that really fuck with him, and then the motherfuckers that wasn't, they wouldn't have known about it. And then I would have put out a motherfucking social media post about, look, man, let this go, let this show everyone. If you don't fuck with people and you're not really their friend, stop coming around at the end. Don't even pay your respects by just go get you some liquor, pour it out for him, and talk about what a good nigga he was. Don't come around his family. His family don't need that shit. That's the school where I come from. Man, fuck all that. I remember, like I said before, I remember just back in the day, there was more of a camaraderie, more of a friendship and relationship building where you had relationships with people, and if they were good people and you were a good person and y'all wasn't trying to fuck over each other, you maintained that relationship. The dominant society has caused so much chaos and so much discord, it's dog eat dog. So you'll be cool with somebody and stab their ass in the back and step all over them just so you can get to the so-called bag. That's crazy to me. That's not really who I am. I ain't really into that shit. That's why I keep my circle tight. I stay in my lane, and y'all can always hear that from me. While we fighting each other, you better be looking at these motherfuckers that's really kicking your ass and be on code. And another thing too, if you're not on your financial literacy and you ain't trying to, you know, better yourself about that, you really got to get away from me. Especially if you over fucking 35 years old. You over 30, 35 years old, you up here talking about going to clubs, all this other shit. That's sucker shit to me, man. I don't got time for that. I ain't want you around. But anyway, man, hey, that is my time, man. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. You already know who the fuck it is. Shout out to Shawnee, Erica, Tasha, you already know, Miss Wendy, whoever else is listening. 066, I fuck with you. Tamisha, you too. I fuck with you too. Hey, man, like I said, if you on your grind and in your lane, I fuck with you. Leave me a message, email me. I know what it is. But if you're not on your grind and you're not in your lane and you worried about everybody else, I can't fuck with you. And if a motherfucker talking about, well, Joe Biden gonna do something for us, just wait till the next term. Guilty, nigga, you a Sambo. I'm out. Peace.